point. Listen, this is my point. That homosexual activity is unnatural. It's unnatural for man.
It's not unnatural for me.
Right. Driving in cars is unnatural.
Yeah.
So what?
Okay, I'm saying, listen, if a man gets feces on his penis, it's unnatural. It's unnatural for two.
I don't see how.
That's why you won't try it. Why don't you try it? Why don't you try it out? Why don't you let a man
I don't
have
feel
sex
like
with you
it.
in your anus?
I mean, I don't like it. I don't like asparagus.
No,
that
you
doesn't
know it's
mean that
unnatural.
eating asparagus is wrong.
You want me to finish in a sentence?
Aziz,
What is
does that passage say to slay non-believers?
In what time?
Okay, now we're on to something because you're acknowledging that it says slay the non-believers, right?
Yes, in what time?
I don't care what time. I don't care if it was 500 years ago or last Tuesday or last week. It says, it says, does it not slay non-believers, right?
Right. Did they
Right?
just tell him?
Why can't you be honest about what your book says when I'm looking right at it?
Yeah. You are not.
Does Allah want you to lie on His behalf?
No.
Then does that passage instruct someone at some time to slay non-believers because they are non-believers?
At a specific time.
Okay, that passage instructs someone to slay non-believers at some specific time because they are non-believers, correct?
No.
Goodbye. Play the video back and go read it. The point that you're not getting.
The irony here is just so thick. I love it because he's complaining that certain people are so extremist that they can't listen to reason, and here we are trying to reason with him, and we're not getting through.
I would be fine if someone said, yes, that passage was written by God and instructs people to slay non-believers because they are non-believers, but it only applies at specific times in specific ways. I would be fine with that, but he couldn't even acknowledge that clearly, or when he did, he then turned around and changed it. This is what apologetics does to people. This is what religion does to people. When you believe that this book is perfect, you have already fooled yourself.
All the unjust things he does.
Okay, so let's assume for a second that this passage in Daniel that you're referencing actually came true.
It has.
Okay, I was already willing to assume that. You don't need to, take a step further and assert it. How do you know that the only explanation for why this prophecy supposedly came true is because this prophecy came from God? How did you rule out every other possibility?
Because this prophecy has come true in the 21st century.
Okay. You ever watch Doctor Who?
I do.
How did you rule out time travel?
Because have we found a way of doing it?
So you're ruling out time travel because we don't know of any way to engage in time travel, right?
Plus, there's another reason time travel is not possible.
Okay.
Have you seen any weird changes, like World War II? If time travel was possible, wouldn't someone go back and try to prevent World War II?
Dixon, how do you know that somebody didn't go back in time and actually start World War II? You're only going to have the memory of what you experienced in your life. If somebody goes back and changes something, wouldn't that change your memories?
It would. But Hitler was the one that started attacking Poland, not some random time traveler.
Okay, thanks, Dixon. I appreciate your call. We'll see you later.
Sex, Muslim, religion, ex-Muslim, atheist.
Yeah, well, I'll just let that one sit there and marinate for a while. And first of all, I have hang on, let me finish. Let me finish. First of all, I have no reason to think you're going to change your mind because you keep demonstrating that you couldn't recognize a rational argument if it walked up wearing a T-shirt saying rational argument and smacked you about the head with a rational argument fish.
Well, here's the thing. Lazarus, I mean, if that guy... Yeah. If that guy died, they're holding a funeral service for him, and now he's alive. I mean, to lie about... did Lazarus exist? Because if he existed...
I don't know. I came back from the dead last month.
Did people see this at your funeral? Did anyone write about this?
Oh, sure, lots of people. 500 people, actually. They wrote it down privately, but you know.
I wasn't one of them, but I completely believe Russell.
You said those people aren't, what do you call it, identified in the Bible, and I think they are. I'm not looking at it right now, but it says like who they are. I mean, you would say the same thing.
Really? There's like a list of, there's a directory?
I have totally never seen that.
Of names? I have not seen that.
Not a list of names, but a name of a community. Like if I said 500 people in Manhattan or whatever.
Okay. Well, actually, I was in Manhattan, and 500 people in Manhattan saw me.
Well, I'm here. That didn't happen.
No, he meant the other Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
No, it was Manhattan, New York. Sorry.
Yeah. You see, the thing is...
but you seem pretty skeptical of what I'm saying now, and I wonder why, because what reason would I have to lie to you?
Yeah.
Well, really...
Her claim is that the sequence of amino acids is improbable. And does the probability of something tell you anything at all about the cause?
No, but I never.
Then this is not a way to demonstrate the truth of intelligent design, and nor is it a way to falsify it.
So we talked earlier about Mount Rushmore, and I would say that a cliff face that just bears a random pattern is equally improbable, but we don't necessarily say that is a part of
you've already agreed that we recognize design by contrasting it with nature, which means
I agree with you on that. I'm not contesting that.
You must then not go back to Mount Rushmore and talk about unlikelihood and specified complexity. You have to look at it in contrast with nature. And the correct position is that we have no examples of something like Mount Rushmore coming about by natural causes. Coming about by natural causes. And we have massive examples of something like Mount Rushmore coming about by design causes. It has nothing to do with complexity. Complexity is not the hallmark of design. But I did
say that the complexity combined with specification is the hallmark of design.
Specification needs to be demonstrated, not merely asserted, because that's how you smuggle your intelligent design in. What does it mean for something to be specified other than it was intended for this purpose by an intelligence?
I think for something to be specified in the way that I'm defining it here, is to say that it conforms to some independently given patterns. So in the case of Mount Rushmore, you have the president's faces. That's independently
conforms
given
to independently given patterns doesn't make sense. Yeah. So are you saying that something could have specified complexity and be of natural causes?
Well, by natural cause, it depends on how you define natural.
Is it possible for something to have specified complexity? Let me finish, Jonathan. Jonathan, I'm asking a question. Is it possible for something to have specified complexity without an intelligent agent doing the specification?
Not without an intelligent agent.
Then that is why your argument is circle. By appealing to specified complexity, you are necessarily asserting complexity which requires a designer. And if you say that specified complexity is confirmation for intelligent design, your argument is circular. You have to demonstrate the specificity, and you haven't done that.
I don't think so. I mean, if you look at, for example...
I'm sorry, Jonathan, we're done.
Okay.
I'm sorry that you don't think so, but when I've taken your specific terms, and you say specified complexity, and then you agree that specification requires an intelligent designer, then your argument becomes intelligently designed complexity. And you cannot then point to what you claim is intelligently designed complexity as proof for intelligent design. That argument is by definition circular. But thanks for calling. Because we got other people on hold, and I occupied all that time, and you barely got to say anything.
Well, no, that was almost painful.
Well, it's actually interesting because I'm doing this series of videos. They're freely available on YouTube. That's it. But Matt in Seattle.
Just off the top of my head, I saw, yeah.
Matt? Matt in Seattle?
So, no, if I get on, I'll just say, hey, I love the show, thank you, guys.
Okay, well, you got on and you said, hey, I love the show, thank you, guys. So, cool.
Let me just put my facts forward because we'll just run around in circles otherwise.
Okay.
I assume that you believe that the moon reflects the sunlight of the sun to the Earth?
I think that's been pretty well established, yeah.
Okay, so here's an experiment I encourage everyone to do, something that you can do yourself, and it will provide undeniable proof that the moon does in fact produce its own light. Now here's the experiment. You can get a thermometer, preferably when it's a full moon because the moonlight is strongest. And if you get two sets of thermometers or any temperature measuring device, you put one exposed to the moonlight and one in the exact same atmosphere except shaded by the moonlight. The one which is exposed to the moonlight will be measurably cooler because moonlight actually has a cooling effect, not a heating effect.
What?
I don't believe that's true.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
Well, it doesn't necessarily matter if you believe it. It's something that you can do tonight in your own garden.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we can't do the experiment while you're here on the call. So you just saying that thing.
That's true. That's true. But you can do it tonight, and you can find out, and people listening can do it tonight.
You do realize we've been to the moon, right? We have some rocks.
Not us personally.
Not us personally, but humans have been to the moon.
Can I ask you a question? Because you're on camera right now, and I don't mean to sound offensive, not at all. I respect you guys. Okay. Have you seen? You actually believe that? You honestly believe that?
Yes. Yes.
Have you seen the footage of that? It's
yes.
Like the
humans
Stingray
have
cartoons
have been to the moon.
80s. It's embarrassing for anyone over the age of 11 to actually believe that footage.
You know what's embarrassing is to have a full-on moon hoaxer conspiracy theorist call this show and actually make these claims.
I actually have managed to find a discussion of this point on physicscentral.com because somebody is talking about the fact that there are a whole lot of videos out there where people take a laser-guided thermometer and point it at something. Yeah. Apparently that's something these videos all have in common, and he's saying, the laser thermometer doesn't actually tell you the temperature at the spot. The laser just helps you aim, and people are holding the laser in the wrong spot.
I don't know why you're talking about laser.
Have you personally done this experiment?
Yes, I have.
What kind of thermometer were you using?
I just used the basic thermometer because the like a mercury one.
Like, did you lay it on the ground?
Well, you're just sort of like bickering at me now instead of listening to what I'm saying and actually responding.
Well, I mean, you keep repeating this thing over and over that you're expecting us to just believe and grant you, and we don't.
You answered me by saying that we've gone to the moon, and yet many people know that didn't happen. So you can't use that as an answer.
Did he already say that and I missed it?
Yes,
okay,
he's a moon hoax.
Sorry, I was busy
theorist.
looking up stuff on physics.
Yes. So do you think we have a rover on Mars, or is that a hoax too?
You believe in that?
I actually worked on a part of that project, so yeah, I do believe in that.
So did I. Does that make it true?
Yeah, I kind of know the guys who did that.
I kind of don't believe you.
Someone showed you a CGI.
When you are a guy who's saying that everything we've been taught about physics is a lie, I have a hard time believing that you are a person who works with...
You laugh at people who say that everything they...
Right way. So if you think you're having dreams that allow you to predict the future, then why haven't you submitted that for testing? Why wouldn't that be something wonderful and useful to the world?
Because I think ultimately it's like how you're looking at X-Men and you look at the mutant powers. I think that would be kind of like a lame power.
A lame power.
So
hang on. No, fucking no. First of all, you're claiming to have a power
clairvoyance
to predict the future, and your reason for not having it tested is that you think it might be a lame power? Given the current state of the universe in which we live, it would be the most impressive power that has ever been confirmed. That would be like, like one of the weaker superheroes, like, I don't know, Aquaman saying, yeah, I can breathe underwater, but I don't want it to get tested. I can talk to the animals, but I don't want to get tested because it would be a weak-ass superpower. We can agree with him that it's weak in comparison to everybody else that he runs with. But if there's somebody out there right now on Earth who can breathe water and talk to animals and they're not getting tested, holy crap, they're awesome. Aquaman is only awesome in the real world, not in the fictional world.
Breaking law. It's pretty simple.
So you support lashing and death penalty for adultery?
Yeah, the death penalty for adultery.
Wow, okay.
Jenna,
I just want to thank you because you're like a billboard for atheism.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. If this is the kind of morality that religion promotes, then I feel no compunction about saying that it's bereft of morality.
Okay, so why don't Matt Dillahunty debate me on this when we can spend more time talking about this in detail then?
I'm seeing his point more and more why he won't debate you. I mean, this is you speak for yourself very well. I don't think you need refutation. You are insane.
I don't need refutation. Me and him obviously have a disagreement. I think it would do the world a lot of good.
But could you tell me, please, what you think is going to happen to my soul after I die?
That's not up to me.
I'm not asking you to pass judgment on me, right? I'm an atheist. Let's suppose I'm still an atheist when I die. According to what's taught in your religion, what happens to me?
Like I said, I don't know. I mean,
you don't know?
I'm not there yet.
That's bizarre because we atheists are not even members of your religion, and we know what the teachings of your religion are.
You know what the teachings are, but you're saying my religion. However, there are different beliefs with Christianity, inside of Christianity, Catholicism, and everything else.
I hate to have to do this because I don't like putting words in people's mouths, but since you're refusing to, just fess up to what the teachings of your own religion are, I'll tell you what your religion says happens to me, right? What happens to me is I get tortured forever.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And you are a member of that religion. At some point, somebody told you that is what happens to people who aren't members of your religion, and you're okay with that. That's why I'm upset with Christians. That's why I get upset when Christians say things like they'll pray for me, right? Because you are a bunch of people who think I deserve to be tortured forever. How am I supposed to not be upset? Huh?
Don't think you deserve that.
You don't think I deserve it? But you worship the God that you believe is going to do that to me. If you don't think I deserve that, stop worshiping that God.
Hey, why are you getting upset about something that's mythological? That's what the point I'm trying to get at.
If you told me that you believed I deserved to be imprisoned for life in a penal colony on Jupiter, there's no such thing as a penal colony on Jupiter, but you're expressing the sentiment that I deserve to be incarcerated forever. Okay? I can react to that. I'm perfectly within my rights to resent your attitude about me, even if your attitude ultimately connects up with something that's a fiction. You're still going around, you're still voluntarily being a member of a religion that condemns me to eternal torment just for not being a member. That's why.
But, see, there you go. You can call it a religion and yet you don't believe in it as well. See, I'm not trying
No, I don't think I'm going to hell, sir, but you do.
I'm not
You do. And not only that, you're in favor of it. You're staying in the religion that says that's what I deserve. You asked what? You called and asked why we get upset about Christians. That's why. You are part of, in my opinion, an evil cult that wants the worst possible things to happen to me. Now you go away and think about that. I think we better move on to our next caller. Yeah.
If you want to...
Yeah, the Christian love is just flowing out of the telephone.
I think you upset him, actually, but I couldn't tell for sure. I don't know. I'm not that offended by Christians. I think most of them don't really think about those implications very much.
I don't go around stewing about this all the time either. You know, I let it out when we had...
I know you well enough, Jeff, that was not you angry. That was you having fun.
I let it out on Christian callers because I think that ultimately most Christians are actually perfectly nice people, that if they were able to stop and think for 5 seconds about the implications of their own belief system, they'd stop believing it. It's an emotional appeal I'm making, right? I'm not making a rational argument here. I'm saying, well, if you don't think this is right, stop doing it, right? And emotional appeals are best made, forcefully.
So why is God so immoral? First of all, why is God so immoral?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him?
Yeah, first of all,
I would love to know why he's so freaking immoral.
I don't think that God exists, but if we're talking about the God character in the Bible as God is represented,
as he's written, it's horrible.
It's a pretty horrible, jealous, angry being that advocates slavery. I don't know why he's that way. Maybe he's just a dick.
I said to somebody earlier today that you either have a God who sends child rapists to rape children, or you have a God who simply watches it and says, when you're done, I'm going to punish you.
Does child rapism make you mad, Matt? I mean, do you hear about that and get angry? Yes or no?
What?
Do you get angry when you hear about a child rapist?
Yes.
Well, so why shouldn't God get mad when he hears about evil in this world? You tell me that.
If there was a God and he heard about evil in this world, I think he should get mad.
Well, here's the thing, though. If I were in a situation where I could stop a child rapist, I would. That's the difference between me and your God.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again?
If I could stop a person from raping a child, I would. That's the difference between me and your God. He watches and says, I'm shutting the door and you go ahead and rape that child. And when you're done, I'm going to punish you. If I did that, people would think I was a freaking monster.
Yep.
First of all, you portray that little girl as someone who's innocent. She's just as evil as you.
I was thinking it was a little boy.
Bye.
So
goodbye.
Children deserve to get raped.
Goodbye, you piece of shit.
And I would like to just say that, well, let me just say, I was raised in a different Christianity, and I think it was a better one.
Yeah. You know what? I was a better Christian than you when I was a Christian, and I still am.
Yeah.
Jethro in Houston, we only have like 30 seconds. I apologize.
Sorry.
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry.
But your call was about morality, and that's what we've been talking about.
Did we answer
it? No. I don't even know that I want to talk anymore. That was scary.
Oh.
Well, send me an email and call back another week.
We're sorry.
All right, you're going to cut me off in a second, right?
Can
we hold and do after show with him?
We can.
Well, stay on.
No, I have to go. They're putting up the credits. Tracy can.
I'll call back.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
So we got basically 2 calls in on this show.
That was an excellent call, though.
I loved it.
Glad we got to talk
right
about
up to the point where he admitted what a colossal piece of shit that he is.
Loved it.
And actually, I think he's better than that. I think at that point he's flailing around making excuses because he's just desperate.
I love that call.
But thanks to everybody. I won't be here next week. I'll be in San Diego talking about morality. But I think Russell and either Martin or Jeff D will be on. I know they switched. We'll see you then. The content of this video is produced by the Atheist Community of Austin, a nonprofit educational organization promoting positive atheism and the separation of church and state. If you enjoyed this content and are willing and able to provide a donation, please visit the website below.